tell you.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
Podcast.
Real news about real topics. That's what I like about this show.
Or mode for the most sincerest expression.
So it's truth and jest. I pride myself on saying real
What they don't tell you podcast.
People don't even notice I'm saying.
I'm just using your gifts as a vehicle.
They can feel it, but I don't think they really know. But they feel it, because when people come up to me, they say it. I love
If
that.
I was looking for advice from people in the industry, how to not have to compromise.
Ooh, boy, it's hard to be woke. What they don't tell you podcast.
How do I do this without having to compromise who I am, what I represent, what I want to share, how I impart my gift?
Hello, and welcome to another episode of What They Don't Tell You podcast. We are your host, DJ Mifflin.
Keisha Williams.
And we are the B Squad. Listen, it is Friday. What is this? April? March? Sorry, March.
Damn.
Sorry.
Just jump ahead in time.
Something
You
like
already
that.
just he's already ready for April. Listen.
It's the future. I know that.
It's not quite April yet. It's still March, so I have my faded green because yesterday was St. Patrick's Day.
See?
So super excited to be celebrating. Shout out to all of my St. Patty's babies, especially my homegirl Aletha. Happy birthday. Her birthday for St. Patty's Day was yesterday. I still remember those days we used to go down to Savannah and figure out what the other cultures did on this green holiday.
I did my shot. I took a shot. That's all
You do just one?
I did one shot.
Just one taking shots?
Yeah,
like
my
shots is beer.
My uncle's birthday weekend was the weekend before we did some drinking. I don't do a lot of drinking, but I did some.
Okay.
So,
just for the sake of the family, right?
So
you did it for the family.
Yeah, I got it.
I was like, you're a team player, DJ.
Yeah, I got
they
work
appreciate
to do.
it. I'm sure they appreciate it.
But I did one for St. Patty's Day, so shout out for everybody who had fun. And I hope everybody was safe on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah, it's Pisces season. Shout out to the Pisces.
Shout out to Pisces. Yep.
Yeah,
all the Pisces.
I was like, with y'all emotional,
with y'all
watery
ornery
selves.
asses.
I was like, so neither one of us had anything positive. Okay. Y'all are adorable with all of your emotions and stuff. We hurt you, Pisces.
No, but we got love for the Pisces though, because they are some of the most wisest kind of talking people. Like they give you real talk.
I think that they're the most versatile with how they feel, and I like the way that they share on such a regular basis.
Well, yours was more professional. Mine's a little hood.
Oh, is that
so?
That's,
you
that's
gave
how
you gave the professional intelligent version. I gave the hood version. They just real chill, cool. You know what I mean?
Pisces is cool. They're like mad cool. They down to earth. They're in touch with their feelings.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be?
I mean, I'm a Virgo, so I'll be living up to
I'm
mine.
a Scorpio, so we a little wild.
Somehow this is working out.
Okay, well, listen, we got a great show for you guys today. But before we get started, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors.
That's right.
Yes, it's always
we're doing that this week.
Sponsors.
Not
doing that this week?
Yes.
All right, check it.
We're doing it every week that they paying for. We doing it.
You remember last week?
Oh.
Did we have that?
We're
gonna do it this week.
Segment.
Sunny and Bobby Productions. We specialize in film production, documentaries, music videos, and more. Schedule a free consultation today, and we will help make your project come to life. Sunny and Bobby Productions. We make visions reality. Contact them at 404-552-4985 or email them at sunnybobbyproductions@gmail.com.
Clean Looks, a boutique company making sure you have the skills and training needed to become marketable by industry standards. Clean Looks, we get you from the shoot to the show. Email them today to schedule your free consultation. Cleanlooks@gmail.com. That's clean with a K. Keeping it real.
All right, girl. Raw. That's right, Raw. Renaissance Acting Workshop. Ladies and gentlemen, attention. All inspiring actors, if you are someone who's looking to get into the business and learn how to be a better artist, Renaissance Acting Workshop is a class for you. They do private coaching, private sessions, and workshops from improv to method acting to even voice coaching, all right? Renaissance Acting Workshop, Movement in Truth. Contact them at 404-552-4985.
Perfect Nobodies. Perfect Nobodies, the perfect piece of clothing you didn't know you needed. Get it before everybody got it. Instagram at Perfect Nobodies. Facebook at Perfect Nobodies. Website, perfectnobodies.com.
That's right. You know what I mean? Get it while getting is good. Hey, look,
get it while it's hot.
Yes. Well, we want to thank you to all our sponsors. And hey, listen, once again, if you are someone who wants to be a sponsor for our show and wants to actually have us to
market your
product. Yes, exactly.
Promote your business.
Yeah, hit us up.
Help us tell your story.
You know what I'm saying? WTDTYglobal@gmail.com. You can also hit us up on YouTube, What They Don't Tell You podcast on YouTube.
You can check us out on IG.
There you
B
go.
Squad Backstage.
Hit us in the DM.
Squad Backstage on Instagram.
That's it.
And
Well,
of course, Facebook. Yeah,
That's
for
true.
those of y'all who are following us on the
follow us on
Facebook, we see y'all on the
Shout us out.
live.
Yo,
We see
all
y'all
y'all
on
business
IG.
out there, man. Listen, if you got a business, shout us out, man. Hit us up, man. We want to sponsor you guys, all right?
And of course, you can always call in because we're about to move into our thankful segment. So we want to hear from you what you're thankful for. So call us at 678-383-4378. Again, that's 678-383-4378. Or hit us in the comments because we see you're already checking us out on the lives. So if you got a comment on what you're thankful for on this Friday, let us know.
That's right. Now, listen, before we get started on the show, before we go to commercial, we want to say what we thankful for.
Yeah.
What was you thankful for today?
Oh, goodness. What am I thankful for? So I'm actually thankful for family because I know I said St. Patty's Day for like my sister from college, CAU. Shout out to Alita one more time.
Okay.
But I want to actually give a birthday shout out to my very own blood. My sister, today is her birthday.
Happy birthday.
So my sister is celebrating her 40 plus. We don't say what you get past the 40. Hey, happy birthday. She's traveling.
Okay.
Happy birthday. We done? That was it.
I see you on the road.
Yeah, so she was traveling. She on the road. She's celebrating my nephew.
Trying to get a
super
nice
athletic
phone.
and all of that. Yes. So
Driving in
shout
the
out
snow.
to her. Yes.
No windshield. Hey!
Wow.
You're driving so. Oh, I'm sorry.
You asked for more.
I did.
You said,
He
is that all
started
we're
making
gonna
his
get?
own. I
There you
don't
go.
know this version at all. He just adding some things. Appreciate it.
Happy birthday. Okay.
Happy birthday. Yeah. So shout out again to all the Pisces, all the St. Patty's, all the March birthdays. It's a lot of y'all in our friend group. So happy birthday to each and every one of y'all celebrating. So I am thankful for y'all coming into this world and sharing your gifts.
That's right. All right. Well, listen.
So what you thankful for, bro?
Oh, me? No. Thankful.
What?
He's like,
what am I
no.
thankful today
Now
for?
are we still?
DJ.
Yeah.
That's because it's so much
Is it
to
like
thankful.
that?
It's so much. To
You got
be
so many
thankful
options.
for. Yeah. All right.
You
All right.
just
Today
can't
I'm
make
thankful for. I'm thankful for family. Got some family here today. Homegirl Dolly's here. Yeah. Shout out to Dolly. She's here. Hanging out.
She's
with
not
us
on
in the
camera.
show.
So
She's not on camera, y'all. But
Yeah.
shout out to
You been
Dolly.
flasher?
No.
She said, no. She said, please don't. I mean, I could spin the camera around real quick. She's like, don't do it.
Said no. Quick, no.
No.
All right, but listen, we got a great show for you guys today. All right, so stay tuned. We're gonna go commercial, but we'll be back with the Bees Nest with Keisha Williams. Sorry, Bees Nest had a little something on my lip. Sorry.
Oh.
But this is What They Don't Tell You podcast on
Fix
Bfam
that on the
109.6
commercial break.
FM. B
Fix
Squad
that
is
on the
in the
commercial
building.
break.
Holla back.
Make sure you check out What They Don't Tell You podcast on BFAM 109.6.
Mirror. You don't know what you do to me. Girl, you like a drug and you don't know what you do to me. Baby, I won't judge you, they won't know what you do for me. I'ma take my time on it when I put it down on you. I'ma put it down on you, yeah. Girl, you like a drug and you don't know what you do.
All right, and we are back on What They Don't Tell You podcast.
We
B Squad
back,
is in the
y'all.
building. Well, y'all know what time it is, man. We already at that time. We here. Miss Keisha Williams with the Bees Nest. Is that right? So, Miss Keisha, take it away.
So this is Keisha with the Bees Nest. Be enriched, be encouraged, and be entertained. So, before I get like all the way deep down into my topic, I just wanted for the sports people to talk about Sierra's husband being moved to a brand new team.
Ain't that some bull?
Yeah, is it?
Bull, Broncos gonna be a problem. Broncos is gonna be a problem, I think.
So he was with what team before
Seattle.
they moved to? Okay, well, it's
Oh, I
Seahawks,
forgot,
right?
Keisha.
Sports.
How you gonna talk?
Sierra's
We got
husband's
you, we got
moving
I
to a
forgot.
place
She knows
that's
him.
colder.
She knows him as Sierra's husband. You know him
Well, I
as
mean,
Buffalo.
Seattle's not exactly heat.
I mean, it's really kind of just a lot of rain and stuff because people were talking about we wonder what Sierra's going to be wearing when she changes teams because they're going to
Denver.
I mean,
and
they're not
it's very,
too
very
far.
heavily
And-
populated
yes.
with Asians.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because we
And
gotta think of
marijuana.
Savannah's very-
So they're gonna be just fine.
Seattle got weed too, though.
Yeah, I know, but it ain't like Denver.
I mean, legally
Yeah.
on West Coast.
And there's some possible perks up there for him too.
Up in Denver?
Yeah, I mean, I've been up there and visited a few times. It's fun up there. It's actually nice. I like it.
You think it's more fun than where he was at in Seattle?
Yeah.
Oh, probably weather-wise.
How long was he with Seattle for them to let him go?
Whole career.
How long was that?
But I mean, come on, he's rich, so it's like his experience with
how long do
moving
you
is
lock
different
someone
than
in? So all of high school, all of college, like
The
that's
problem
what,
is
8-9
this.
years.
Russell
So
Wilson's
he's
a
a
good
doctor in his
quarterback.
field.
He's a good quarterback, but they never bought him a line to protect him.
Right.
So
he's always
where
had
he's
to do
going
too much.
now has an incredible O-line.
Okay.
So now we're going to find out if it's Russell Wilson that couldn't get somebody to dance.
Right.
Because Seattle never went, they went to dance with the defense.
Right.
Wasn't Russell.
So basically, we're trying to see if he's going to do
As
a
you
Tom
can tell,
Brady.
our station manager is very excited about this topic.
Because we're trying to see if he's going to do a Tom Brady. Is he going to actually be like able to go to another team and really take them to the championship? Which I don't expect him to do in the first year. I really don't.
So you don't think it's going to be like all sunshine and roses?
No, because he's a different type of quarterback.
Meaning?
He's a different type of quarterback than Tom Brady.
It's a quarterback
I mean, you
in that
still
division.
have to get get the rhythm. It's still a new team, right?
Well, yeah.
And everybody got to learn how to work with everybody, right?
Well, he went to the division with the hardest quarterbacks. He's played with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
The new
But I'm not talking about
Abraham
him.
and
I'm
Carr.
talking about the Broncos.
I know the Broncos.
They never
played
had
in
a
that division.
quarterback really that can move out of pocket, deal with that type. I mean, this is just my personal opinion. You know, they've had a lot of,
Don't tell it all.
Peyton Manning, you know what I'm saying? Peyton Manning was in the pocket player, you know what I'm saying? Like, Tim Tebow was a joke. Sorry. I'm not even going to go there. No, because Bridgewater was there for a while, wasn't he?
And he was there. He's still
So,
there.
I go back. I take that back.
Okay.
I mean, he's still there. It didn't work.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. But I think it's a good look for him, though.
Keisha, you're not into sports. Let me ask you this. If you're a great quarterback, you have to go to the Super Bowl to be a great quarterback.
No.
Westbrook is a great ball player,
I would think I was like,
but that don't mean he's gonna win a championship.
There are plenty of really amazing athletes who have not even seen the Super Bowl.
That's true.
I was like, didn't the Bears make it? No, wrong.
That's true.
Wait,
well, they did back in the
Broncos?
day.
No. Who just played in the Super Bowl? One of those teams
Really?
that hadn't been in like decades.
Are you
Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, was that it?
Yes.
Are they Tigers?
Bengals.
Lions and Tigers and Bears?
Oh my.
You
All
probably,
right, all of them are in the sports thing. All of them have teams.
Keisha, are you one of those
all
ones-
the animals
Keisha,
are
let her go.
represented.
Look at her smiling
Are
right
you
now.
one of those
Look
ones
at her
who watch-
smiling.
Are you
I
one of
love
those ones
it.
who watch the
Lions
game
and
only
Tigers
for the
and
halftime
Bears.
show?
Yeah, why else do y'all watch it? It was like Doritos and there were like chips.
So
I was
you
like,
watch
I'm gonna
the
be honest,
commercials,
I even missed the halftime show because I don't pay for cable. So it took too much
took too
effort
much
to
time,
try to get
yeah.
a free version.
Yeah.
And then my friend was like, it was great. And I was like, mother.
Oh, it was
I
pretty
missed the
dope.
whole thing.
Yeah,
I missed the whole thing. Trying to find a free version. So
But no,
they kept
but-
saying you could get it. Like, they was like, yeah, if you get Peacock, then you can see it for free. And I was like, cool. So I downloaded Peacock, and then I couldn't see it for free.
I don't know. Just the name sounds suspect. Peacock TV. That just
We
sounds
talked
like
about
something weird.
Peacock last week
I'm
because it's
just
the same
saying,
channel on the same day,
I'm still
February
on the same
13th,
thing.
where the new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air
That's
debuted.
why I'm hating.
Now, we did talk about that.
That's why I'm hating.
Now, what I will say is I didn't see any episode between the first and the last, but I did see the last episode. And the last episode made me believe that it could be better than we gave it credit for
Of course it will be.
last week.
But
You
I
didn't
am-
watch the first episode though?
I
I'm a
watched the first
man
and the
who's
last.
a
I don't know what
fan
happened
of
in
the
between.
original. Okay, I'm sorry.
I was a fan of the original too, but keep in mind the original was a comedy.
I told you
This
I'm gonna
one
look
is
at it.
more,
I'm gonna end up
it's
watching it. I just
definitely
gotta
way
take
more
some time.
drama. So I was like, I would say the original was a comedy with a hint of drama. And now it is definitely just
drama
more
with
serious
the hint of
with the
comedy.
hint of comedy. It's just, it's good.
I just gotta get it. It's like
And I've been told like the topics have been really good. They've given more depth to the characters because it's a drama. Because in comedies they don't necessarily have to paint everybody with all of this character development, right? As long as it's funny and people are laughing, you don't notice that character been flat the entire time they've been on here.
it's like somebody who like Pepsi, and then somebody come out with Pepsi Clear, and you like,
Pepsi Clear was good.
it was, but at first, like,
And then
you
it
a Pepsi,
disappeared. I
like
had to
I'm
go back to
dedicated to
Sprite.
Pepsi,
It's not the
but
same.
now you want me to go to this Clear
It's
soda?
better with your teeth.
I might as well get Sprite. But then when you drink, you like, damn, that shit was good.
It
But
don't
it's still,
taste nothing like the same. Bring back Clear Pepsi.
you know
Y'all
what I'm
remember
saying?
Clear
I
Pepsi?
still rock with
You
the
know what
original.
never went
You know,
clear?
that kind of
Coke. I guess because it was white to begin with.
Well, and plus that'd be hard to sell white Coke because it's just too close to the
Coke
throat.
is white. We're talking about different products, aren't we?
Yeah, we're on.
All right,
All right,
so-
back to the topic.
Back to the topic.
We're gonna we're gonna go ahead and go back to this. What you
sports.
What you saying about
Russell? Yeah.
Russell's a great guy.
That guy, Sierra's husband.
That guy Russell is something else, isn't he?
Maybe she'll be performing. She's got the kids. She'll be doing all this stuff on her social media and whatnot. Very family oriented.
From her lately.
She's always posting about the family.
Oh yeah.
Always posting.
Well, obviously, I don't pay
They sing, they dance. They have like
Sierra is a
parties and
Susie
stuff.
homemaker. Believe that.
Yeah,
Believe that.
She's
Believe
like
that.
she's a
Susie
popular.
homemaker.
She definitely makes it look easy based off of
I can
the
believe it.
TikToks and the posts and stuff that she be doing.
Well, like I said, good luck
You
with
need to
Russ.
watch.
I
Now,
think he's gonna
so
do
for
well
me,
different.
the reason why I brought that up is I saw an article and I only like breezed past it, but I just kind of want to know your opinion. Ever since Colin Kaepernick, I have not cared. I have not watched anything. And there have been talks saying that the coach of the Seahawks had talked about up until he became available, probably never thinking that he was going to let Russell Crowe. Which one is it? Russell Wilson go.
She was about to say
There we go.
Russell
Let
Crowe.
Russell Crowe go. Let Russell Crowe go. So the other Russell.
That's what we're dealing with, people.
So they said Russell Wilson, when he left, they were like, so what are the chances you're going to bring in Colin Kaepernick? So I was like, finally, he might actually get back into the league. And
No, never.
y'all
Sorry.
don't think he's ever coming back?
Nah, sorry. After
Is
a
it-
certain
is he
couple of
past
years,
his
it's like,
prime?
yeah, it's not coming. It's not gonna happen.
Is it that he can't play anymore, or
It's
y'all
just they
just
not rocking
think?
with him like that. Like NFL not rocking with him. Like it's as simple as that. Let's just keep it real. They're not rocking
It
with him.
is exactly what he says.
So regardless of all the talent that's
Nope.
been lost,
Nope, he's not gonna get another. The owner's not gonna mess with him. That's hot property right there. It's a sensitive topic.
it's just an
It's too
untouchable.
much.
You want
He's
to
an
hear,
untouchable.
hear the sad part now? Ready for this?
What about that crazy one that just
Deshaun
disappeared?
Watson. Okay.
Is that the
Deshaun
crazy
Watson
one?
has 22 female rape charges against him.
Oh my God.
Improper charges against him
Yeah, he's
during
still-
like what workouts. He got let off.
Mhm.
They got thrown out of court,
Mhm.
and teams are going to pick him up now.
Because that's
People are
just
still
But
taking
they
him.
won't pick up Colin
because
because
it's too sensitive a situation.
Because
To who?
That's a
Oh, no,
sensitive
Deshaun
topic.
Watson's
Oh, we'll
hot.
take charges. We'll do.
we'll take rape and
yeah,
women
we'll
charges.
take rape
We
and
ain't
drug
taking none
charges
of
any
that.
day.
They're like, oh, just the women
Yeah.
are mad. It's
We can
cool.
put them in the
You're
program and make them make
opinionated
some
now,
money
yeah.
off of that. We can put them in the program.
Well, they
yeah.
are.
They can be sponsorships.
I mean, listen.
But don't let it be
if
so
there's
racial.
women who already feel like I do, I'm already not watching, so you're not losing me as a viewer. I'm already gone.
That's
I'm
crazy.
already lost, and I will deter the males in my household from watching as well.
Like I said, at the end of the day, all back to the original. Russell Westbrook, we wish you the best of luck, buddy. And Russell Westbrook, good Lord. Russell.
The best part is
It's
she
too
does
many
not know
Russells.
you messed up.
I sure
It's
did.
too
Look,
many
I'm just
Russells.
nodding.
Hey,
Russell
Russell
Westbrook.
Westbrook plays basketball for the Lakers.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Russell Wilson.
I know what colors they are. Purple and gold.
I wish him the best of luck. I've always been a fan. And he's fellow Wisconsin Badger. Shout out to the
I had a
Badgers.
Lakers outfit
Oh,
as a
awesome.
child. I designed
well.
it. I was very proud.
Really.
My brother had Orlando Magic, and I made a Lakers outfit.
Well, what player was it that you followed?
No, I made a Lakers outfit. It was purple and gold.
Just because of colors?
Uh-huh.
Exactly. You really think she was actually going for the team?
I wanted
Did
to
you
think
really? You fell in that trap?
A second.
Oh, you better stop.
He said, what
I
player?
mean,
I
Magic.
think it was purple
Hey,
and gold.
Magic Johnson was pretty, you know.
Yeah, but still.
No, it wouldn't have
That
been
was
for.
Keisha.
It wouldn't have been for
Nah,
Magic
not
Johnson.
for Magic.
That definitely.
It was because the
perfect
outfit was popping. That's
Mhm.
why.
It was. It was
Had the
cute.
right colors for that right there. You dealing with a former model, man. You better
It
get.
was a
boy.
cute outfit.
I'm learning slowly.
I was so proud of me.
I know that game.
I mean, when she came in here with Super Bowl time, she had her sports on.
Yeah, because it matched
So
the
I had
that
that
she
little,
just
I
bought.
had that thought in my head.
Oh,
now,
my
like, it could
Eagles.
happen.
I had my
Yeah,
Eagles.
she's an Eagles
No, it
fan.
was your mouth. You were talking sports
I was.
with us. Yeah. Look at, I was.
Wow. Okay.
Adorable.
It's in there.
Well,
It's in there somewhere, rolling
Big.
around. Oh, that's when I told y'all about my bracket when I had done the fantasy
Yeah,
football and I
the
had
fantasy
won.
football bracket.
And then I was
You
like,
did.
I mean, y'all be spending a lot of time on this when you could just guess. Just saying. Anywho,
yeah.
moving on.
See.
So this other topic maybe is not going to be as
Oh,
lighthearted.
that gets under my skin. She just guess and won the fantasy football. Just guess.
I was like, y'all looking for stats?
I'm up
for
here
what?
putting that shit together. I'm in the book like, yeah.
Is it the
yeah,
winning or the
Still
guessing?
wrong.
I'm in the last place. Huh?
What bothers you more, the winning or the guessing?
The winning.
It's the winning. Off
You
of-
can guess
off
all
of
you want.
guesses.
Because
No
the fact
matter
is that
how
she really didn't
educated
know,
your
dog. She
guess,
really didn't know.
An estimate is still wrong.
Can't believe this, man. Can't believe this.
Because it's never going to be just
That's
on
like
point.
just sitting there going, 7, 4, 10, 9, 8, 10, 5, 6, and put it in, and then you win the jackpot.
Sounds great. Do you think the people who play the lottery?
No, there's people out there who be finding the algorithm. They be really sitting there.
There is no algorithm to the lottery.
I still think it's out.
Just like there's no algorithm to the fantasy football. You have no idea who's gonna make
Only
it.
people who win.
Until y'all brackets get down to
Only
East versus West, and it's
I
like
know.
4 teams up.
Please recognize what he just said. Only people that win say dumb shit.
And there is none of this.
Only people who
Because you
lose
won.
seem this.
People who don't win be like, yo, something's up.
My win reminds him of every loss he ever had in fantasy
It's crazy.
football.
It's crazy. Oh, we got a caller.
We do have a
Scheduled
caller.
with somebody on this topic.
This is scheduled.
This is scheduled.
I think this is somebody.
Hello, and welcome to What They Don't Tell You podcast. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, it's Tekea Puttum with the Armani agency.
Yes. What's up? Hello. Okay, so you're right on time actually, because we were actually going to the subject. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna discuss the subject for a second, and then we would ask you some questions to get your input. Okay.
Okay.
But first, before we do, can you please tell us who you are, who you work for, and kind of your background?
All right, so I'm Tekea Puttum. I am a real estate agent here in Atlanta. I also service Tennessee as well, so I'm licensed both in Tennessee and Georgia. I am with the Armani agency. It's a small boutique firm here in Atlanta. We service clients who are investing, first-time home buyers. If you're looking for commercial, we kind of do a little bit of it all here. So that's me.
Wow. I was she's like, they do investing, the first time home buyers, all these types of programs. So glad for you to be calling in, because I was like, what I had actually came across this week is someone was sharing with me, and it came from, I think, Black Millionaires on Instagram. But originally, this post came from Forbes. So back in 2018, Forbes did a story about the best places for Black people who are doing the best financially, which top cities should they be living in? So the top 10 cities. So I'm going to kind of run through these cities real quick, and then I want to get a little bit into the head of real estate, finance, because they talk about entrepreneurship. They talk about the median per household. So what are they making in these areas? So number 10, Richmond, Virginia.
VA.
Number 9, Miami, Florida. Number 8, Houston, Texas. Number 7, San Antonio, Texas. Number 6, Charlotte, North Carolina. You notice how I said that there. Yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte. Number 5, Raleigh, North Carolina.
They cousins.
4, Baltimore, Maryland. Maryland. Yep. Number 3, Austin, Texas. And number 1 was a tie between Washington, D.C. and Atlanta, Georgia.
Let's go, ATL.
I can see that.
Okay.
So when we are looking at where they're saying the Black people are doing the best financially, and again, this was in 2018, but the AJC also did an article in 2020 also commending where Atlanta has come. Now that the pandemic has hit, from your perspective, what are you kind of seeing with the shifts in the market when it comes to real estate?
So with real estate, now that the pandemic has hit, honestly, I'm not seeing a shift in Atlanta at all. I would have thought that more so that, things would slow down or less people would be buying, but actually more people are actually buying now. It's kind of crazy. I sometimes think that maybe the pandemic kind of gave people that extra push, like, okay, this set us down because we had to sit down. But now it's like it gave people time to clear their heads, to see what they really wanted to do with their life. And I am seeing way more entrepreneurs now than I've ever seen. It used to be so hard for entrepreneurs to get loans to buy homes, and now I'm seeing entrepreneurs get loans like every day.
Right.
Like, it's crazy.
Approved.
I mean, the market has not slowed down. I have a client that actually just went under contract, and he thought because he was an entrepreneur, he would need income for him and his wife. And he's a photographer, and he actually only needed himself.
Really?
And I mean, it's definitely going up, especially, for people out here, I feel like we're doing well in the market. I know a lot of people are thinking like, what is it going to crash or wasn't it supposed to crash? I don't see any crashing taking place, not here in Atlanta, Georgia.
She's like, no, Atlanta is doing alive and well. Hence the reason why Atlanta is up at the top at number 1 when you talk about entrepreneurship. Right. So I'm so glad that you mentioned that you already had a client that found out as an entrepreneur, he's kind of like making the money already. So what would you say are some of the things that people get into their head about that they actually need to actually get a home that they're wrong about?
So you said people get into their head about if they need, what was the last part?
And then they're actually wrong. Like you're like, oh, it's not that complicated. I think people think of home buying as like probably one of the most complicated, dedicated processes you're going to have to get into. They're like, oh my gosh, it's forever. So you better make the right decision. Like, what are some of those things?
So a lot of mistakes I do see people make that I'm like, nah, don't do that. People, the first mistake people do is look too early. It's like you definitely have to go through. It's like they want to speak to the realtor, but not the lender. And it's like, no, it's the other way around. You need to speak to the lender first, then the realtor, because it's that lender that's going to tell you what you qualify for and, tell you exactly what price range you can look in and let you know what you need to do to get where you're trying to be. So that's one thing that people do. They always look beforehand and then they always, don't go to the lender first. Another thing that's not so complicated that people think that's such a big deal is once again, entrepreneurs, people are like, oh, I don't have W-2s or I don't have income that comes in steadily. My income can be this one day and this the next day. The best advice I can give business owners and entrepreneurs is to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row, meaning like make sure you're following all your paperwork, make sure you have your business set up with your business license. So when it comes time for these lenders to ask for these things, like you're saying, I make this, but what about bank statements? Like your bank statements are showing that this money is coming into your account. You're actually getting paid through your business. So, you have things to fall back on. It's not just like, oh, well, they paid me via Cash App or they paid me this way. No, you have to have all of your ducks in a row. So if you're looking into home buying or you are just looking, even into investing, it's best to make sure that you have your business together or, you have everything together and showing, because the first thing they're going to want to know is, what does your bank reflect? Ooh. It's not just your credit score, it's what does your bank reflect? People are so afraid of their credit score, but there's people that's getting in, with low credit scores and, as long as they're showing the income and it's like, okay, well, your income reflects.
So you telling me if I got at least 30,000 on the Cash App, straight cash, I can't get one of them cribs. Is that what you're telling me? Just straight Cash App.
I mean, I'm not a lender, so I'm not telling you that.
Well said.
Right.
So what I am saying is that if you are getting paid directly on Cash App, then you need to have all that printed out, showing like, yes, I'm getting paid via Cash App. But even Cash App now this year is starting to do it for you, so you won't even have to do it. They'll do it for you.
Now, what if it's on Post-its? Now, what if I made all my statements like literally wrote them out on Post-its? I don't trust, I don't trust people, so I don't want to see in my business. So I write on. Never mind. You know what? We'll talk later.
You come in with a shoebox of paperwork, and you're like, "Is that enough?"
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I mean, some people, people got crazy situations.
Another thing that people like slack on is that accounting. Like, getting accounted. Like, I don't like to do the work when it comes to paperwork and dealing with all the different bank statements and receipts. Get an accountant. That's what they do, all of that for you, and it's really way less expensive than people think. And it saves you a lot. If you send it to your accountant, they can also give you good advice on different things to do, especially because if you're trying to invest or buy a home, they can help you budget it. So many different things.
I was like, I so love that you say that, because I was like, we're right in the middle of March. We're about to come right into tax season where taxes are due. So people getting their money in order, making sure that, you know, especially as an entrepreneur, that all of your ducks are in a row and everything lines up. I particularly love that you said have like a legitimate business. There's so many entrepreneurs who are like, I've been doing business like this for years, but you don't have no license. You don't own your name. It's not registered.
Hey, I said I was trying, Keisha. Damn.
Absolutely.
So then when you need the proof, there is none, right? Just you've been doing business, like you said, on paper, but there's nothing legitimate.
And sometimes people need to realize, this is one of my favorite things, but you have to do something you never did to get somewhere that you've never been.
Right.
So if you've never bought a house, or you've never invested, or you've never bought a storefront for your business, or any commercial space for your business, or if you want to open a new business, but I've been doing this consistent. Like, and the biggest people that do this, and I hate to say it, are hairstylists.
I was gonna say the hair salon.
It's like you have to write it down. I know sometimes you don't want to, or you're thinking about, oh, well, I'm gonna have to pay into taxes. But if you want to buy that home, or if you're trying to do some type of investing or anything, it has to reflect. It has to show. People want to see the proof.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing I'm learning hard this year.
There's so many private lenders out there. They're looking for the proof. They're going to want the same thing.
Right. Yeah, because that's the one thing I'm learning for right now too is the taxes. Like it's that track record. You know what I mean? Like once you start, especially as a business owner, like you definitely want to have that because, like, you know, the one thing you don't want is them coming to do an audit and you not have your stuff prepared. Oh my God!
No documentation.
What?
One more thing. When you do actually get into that contract, when you do, because for everyone out there listening who is trying to buy a home or will eventually get there, because you will, do not buy anything. When you're under contract, when you are, until you close, don't make any large purchases, because that one purchase can take away from that income that the bank is showing. They are looking at that income. You may show bank statements every day or every week until the day that you close.
So is it just don't make any large purchases, or is it put a certain money aside to kind of live off of, and that's already been budgeted and accounted for?
Yeah, you should. You should put a certain amount aside because, say for instance, you decide, okay, I'm going to buy a house, and you get approved to buy that home, but then all of a sudden, next week, they're like, you know what? As a matter of fact, I also want to buy a car. You buying that car, even the down payment or anything that they do can take away from that income that they've already used towards this home.
And and you're running your credit too. It goes against your credit.
People don't know that. Like you could buy a MacBook. That's $1,200, or if the lower ones, or that $2,000 could be a crush to your deal just because you made a purchase. Right. That's what I mean when I say large purchases. It could be something as small as you spending $750.
Now you have mentioned lenders, and a lot of people are completely unfamiliar with this process. So how would you recommend people find a lender to determine where they actually stand?
Yeah, so when you speak with someone, even when clients come to me and they're like, you know what, I need a lender, I always refer people to, at least 3. Okay. Because you want to find that lender. Like I as an agent can only, give you advice or my opinion, but I can't tell you who to go to. But you want to find a lender that works for you. If you speak to a lender and you're an entrepreneur, and you ask them, like, how often do you guys work with entrepreneurs? And they're like, oh, we don't never work with entrepreneurs. Typically, we work with people that come from Fortune 500 companies. And obviously, you don't want to go with them. They're looking for W-2s. You're an entrepreneur. They're not going to work with you. You want to find a lender that is, familiar with scenarios that you are in. Okay. So don't just go with any lender because they're a lender because they may not be the best fit for you. You definitely will want to find someone that's the best fit.
Absolutely.
Got you. Well, listen, we want to thank you, Kia, for calling in. We appreciate you and all your input. Once again, can you just let everybody know where they can find you at?
Yeah, this is really helpful.
Yeah.
So tell our listeners, like, how can we find you? How can we follow you? Because I was like, you gave a lot of great information. I know I'm going to be checking you out. I know some people who are looking, so can pass on the information.
All right, perfect. So you guys can find me. I am on Instagram. I'm Tekea. It's Tekea. So that's like Tango, Echo, Kangaroo, Echo, Apple.
Okay, military. I see you.
Shout out to all the militaries out there.
CRE. So that's like commercial real estate with the E. So CRE. So Tekea_CRE. And that's my Instagram. And then we also have a handle on Instagram for the Armani agency as well. So it's THE Armani ARMANI agency. So yeah, you guys definitely, and we're always here to help. Even if, you guys have a question, don't ever be afraid to ask. I know some people that's not looking for, they're scared to reach out to an agent because they're thinking they're just pushy. No,
right.
If you have a question,
y'all are stalkers. Y'all be stalking.
Yeah,
I'm always willing to help answer a question. My contact information is on there. It literally, if you hit contact, it brings up my booking link where you can book a consultation, which is free. It also brings up my phone number. You can text me a question. It also brings up my email. So definitely feel free to reach out.
And do y'all do like what am I looking for? Like knowledge, like no, they do train, like not training, but that was easy. But like actually, consulting to people and stuff like that, like classes, seminars.
Our consultations are free. Now, we don't do seminars. We are actually about to start doing seminars. We actually just had a class. My broker, which is Gabrielle Johnson, she actually just had a class last month. So we will be doing seminars towards the summer.
Very nice.
There it
Very
is.
nice. So get your money right.
That's right. Y'all better stop playing.
Y'all work if you're not going nowhere, you're not traveling.
All that stimulus money y'all had. Y'all hope y'all ain't blow that. You got some of that money.
Some roots. Get you some property.
Yeah.
And it's not just, and you guys aren't. Yeah, and you guys aren't just doing like personal real estate.
And another thing, just do your research. It's so many free things out here on Instagram, YouTube. I mean, it's so many things out here where you could do your research. Like I see people paying people to tell them how to set up a business or LLC, and it's literally free. If you YouTube it, or if you even go on the government site, the Secretary of State, it tells you directions. Literally, you don't have to pay these people to do that.
And those same people still can't tell you S corp versus C corp. Okay.
Look, give me your money. I'll tell you how to do it. Y'all giving out money. Like, turn on your computer. That's the first step. $5.
$5. And Tekea, before we go, I just wanted to be sure you do real estate for individuals as well as commercial real estate. Is that correct?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay. Yes, because businesses need places to purchase as well.
That's it. And we're going to be talking to y'all later, too.
And also, we don't just do people that are buying. We also do rentals as well. If you're looking for a condo, apartment
we're going to be hollering at you very soon.
Yeah, look at that.
She's like, rentals, leases, if you need a place to stay or a place to put your business.
I like divine intervention.
We do rentals, yes.
I'm going to hit you back up for sure because I'm fitting to move and things are moving too slow.
Hey, off camera. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk to you after the show about that. We're going to, they're trying to do business on the show. No, but thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. You guys have a good night.
You too. Take care.
Well, all right. Well, man, I was like, we was talking about some business real quick during the business. So I think we're going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to come back and wrap things up with the business with our last topic.
There it is, Bfam 109.6, What They Don't Tell You podcast. B Squad is in the building. We'll be back.
And so if you heard our caller, her name was Tekea. You can follow her on IG. That's TEKEA_CRE. Tekea with Armani Agency.
Really?
What's up, listeners? Don't forget, you can check out all our episodes on YouTube. on our WTDTY podcast YouTube channel. That's WTDTY podcast on YouTube. Check it out.
Mirror, mirror. I got a shooter next to you. Will Caesar, I got it. I'm fucked around and got comfortable. I got a shooter next to you. I ain't sending in the clip. I got a shooter next to you. I got a shooter next to you, I ain't sending in the clip. Why you gossiping and gawking, acting feminine and shit? I see you running through your house, it's got me slipping, this is it. And got your head blown.
All right. And we are back on What They Don't Tell You podcast. B Squad is in the building. Keisha's got another topic to talk about. So Keisha, take it away.
Yes, so I'm back, Keisha with the bees.
Welcome back.
Yes. So we were entertained. So now we're going to take a moment to be educated with a little bit of entertainment.
Is that your new word?
Edutain. Yeah, I like to edutain.
Go with it.
Yeah, so be edutained. So actually, it was like the topic that I want to talk about now is actually critical race theory. And the reason why I want to talk about critical race theory is because it's coming to a head now where legislation is trying to go into place to prevent critical race theory from being taught. Mm-hmm. So to be clear with the definition of what critical race theory is, first and foremost, this is not a new phenomenon. Critical race theory has been around for over 40 years as far as an undertaking. Over 40 years of research, of development, of education. It is just coming to the forefront now because of everything that people started becoming aware of, I would say ever since George Floyd. Okay? Ever since Breonna Taylor. Right. When all of these things started coming to the forefront about the inequities. Now that diversity and inclusion is now DENI, right? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Before it was just diversity and inclusion, right? Now that we're talking about equity, we want to make sure that people are understanding what critical race theory is, because if you're going to take it out of the framework of education, you might want to understand what the framework actually is. So critical race theory is an academic framework that examines how racism has shaped public policy and institutions such as the legal system, as well as the education system, as well as our penal and prison system. So how those have perpetuated the dominance of specific races, if we're trying to make that
I like how you
society,
put that. I like how you put that.
Some would say white people, and others would just say whatever the dominant culture may be, depending on what you're talking about. Because when you talk about critical race theory, and you're looking at the race that is in power, depending on where you are, it may not be white people.
White people, right.
Okay?
Because this is something that's been going on for generations. We don't just think that one race has been taking over another race and dominating. We've been doing this for centuries. Rome did it. In Africa they did it. You know, Africans were taking over. Now, there was a so-called law back then, which, we can take for what it is, that if they did take over, they'd take care of their own, which kind of fell off in other countries and stuff like that, didn't do the same.
But I like that you said that, because even from historical context, to the winners go the spoils. Right. The person who wins is the one who tells that story, which is why it's called his story. Mm-hmm. It's the victor's story. It is not the loser's story. So when you talk about how American culture has crafted history, his story, it has been based off of who the winner, who the conqueror, who the ruler has been. So therefore the person in power has been the one who has crafted the storyline. Hence the reason in probably the last 10 to 15 years, when you look at education, slavery was a term that hurt people's feelings and needed to be removed out of the history books so that we could only talk about indentured servitude. Right. Although I can tell you, as a person whose great-great-grandmother was a slave, she ain't get paid for her skill set. She was not an indentured servant.
And my great.
Yeah, my great.
You added one more. Great grandparents. They ain't getting nothing either.
And I was like, and I'm not a person, just so we're clear, I'm not a person who was just throwing out generations. Literally, my great grandmother was a slave. I knew my great grandmother. So just so we're clear, I'm not one of those people who just throwing it out for the sake of context, just to be talking. I'm talking from actual experience of knowing my lineage and that part of my history. Just throwing that part out there in case people just wanted to say a couple things.
And when we talk about critical, what's it called? Critical race theory. I mean, it's exactly what it is. It's stinky thinking. It's a stinky idea of way of thinking that we created. So, and this is once again back to my theory that I've talked about before on the show. When we talk about racism, classism, socialism, all these isms, this is a form of way to divide. Mm-hmm. They literally are showing you every day how they put all of this in play. I don't care. Like I had this lady come into the job today, right? Long story short, she had an issue with something that the coworker that I work with, my boss, did, which was really just, it's a natural thing, but because of COVID and everything like that, she had an issue. But it wasn't the fact that today was the issue because of COVID. It's the fact that every time she comes in, she's got an issue with everybody who's not black. And it was just like, wow, you just got a problem. Like, it's like, all right, it's just getting ridiculous because it's like, okay, we understand racism and so forth, but what makes you stronger is when you think above and beyond that. Because we know there's going to be a lot of that going around. But you got to look past that because it's a mental disability, I would say. It is. It's a mental disability, and it was put in your head for a reason. It's a tactic. And as long as you keep feeding to that, we're going to have problems. We're going to always have problems not being able to work together. Because first of all, we can't even trust our own. You know how many times I've heard or listened or even done it myself where it's like, yo, I love my black people, but there's some all black neighborhoods where I would not be caught dead living in. Because I just don't trust my own people because of the fact is that theory has been embedded into a lot of our
I'm gonna
people.
Let you finish.
And I'm not saying that I would not live in a black neighborhood. I'm just saying there's some neighborhoods where I'm like, yo, I don't know if I'm gonna live in that one because it's kind of crazy over there. So, but I'm not saying it's their fault. It's just the fact that this type of stuff, this type of way of theory it's like a little, yo, we don't play games. Let's see if we take this away, we take that away. Let's see what they do next.
Well, what I was going to say to that is it's not so much you can't trust your own. This is my opinion, right? It's not so much you can't trust your own, and it's not just saying, oh, I wouldn't live in that black neighborhood. If you want to take the race out of it, it would be, I don't want to live in that impoverished neighborhood where the money and the funding isn't going back into the community so that they have the education to be able to move into a better situation.
Exactly.
So when you look at the factors that actually make a community bad, if there are no jobs, if there is little education, if even the food and the opportunities that they have to better themselves are minimal, and you are struggling for every scrap of literally what's going to make you seem successful, right, then the person who seems the most successful, whether they're doing it legally or illegally, whatever they're doing to get by, if they look like they're doing better, that's who you're going to look towards, right, to become. Right. So if that's gang violence, if that's anything that's a criminal element, as we would say, that would make you say, I don't want to go there because that's a bad neighborhood. It is understanding the cycles that were put in place. Exactly. So going back to critical race theory, these things that were put in place that resulted in these ghettos, if you will, and ghetto wasn't always a negative, nor was it a black term.
Right.
Okay. Ghetto was an impoverished area. And it became a negative terminology where you started to see more black and brown people living there because the other cultures either moved out, took the money, rezoned the school districts, which changed the amount of money and education that were going into those areas, right? So when you talk about systems that are in place, this is where that goes into play. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because literally this week in Mississippi, once again, we're talking about the South, Governor Tate Reeves signed a bill to limit how race can be discussed in classrooms. And it became law immediately.
Yes.
Okay, so the short title of Senate Bill 2113 says that it would prohibit critical race theory. But the main text of the legislation does not mention or define what the theory is. And many supporters of the bill also have said that they cannot define it. So now you're putting into place something that does not have a definition. And then you are saying that it's no longer allowed to be discussed. So who's supposed to make those rules? Who's supposed to determine what level of race can be talked about or not? So the new law says that no school, community college, or university can teach that any sex, race, ethnicity, religion, or national origin is inherently superior or inferior.
Did somebody come in the government take office and just put some paper down like, here, put your name on this real quick?
I don't think so.
I feel like they didn't even pay attention to what he was signing, because this has got to be some dumb froggle.
I mean, it's not the only bill. I was like, there's plenty of bills that come out, and I was like, listen, let's be honest, our patriotic duty to vote actually does go beyond the president. And if we were paying enough attention to what was happening in our communities and who we were electing and so on and so forth, we might, as citizens, be more aware of these things that are coming in, so we could then influence, as we should, our local people. So you have a representative, you voted someone in.
Did you see the vote?
But you're not checking on them.
Did you see the vote count?
No.
75-43 on March 3rd after a 6-hour debate. That is a very, very long debate for a bill.
Good night.
And that is not a close vote.
No.
Nope.
That is a very close vote.
Once again,
75-43 is a very, very close vote. That's not separated by House Democrat Republican.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, keep in mind that when it did actually, when the Senate bill did go, it is mainly Republicans in the Senate.
It is.
And when
But
you look
Democrats
at representation, yeah, you've got Democrats flipping, but you also have to think of like their influences and then people who walked away in protest. Like, it was like a whole
Can I ask y'all something? Like, real talk. Like we talked about, and I'm just asking questions, so
don't shoot the messenger.
Right. This is my frustration, okay? Because we sit here, we talk about it's important to vote, right?
Mm-hmm.
How our vote matters and our vote counts. But a man just sat here and just made something law with the flick of a pen without even consulting his people that put him in office. Like, yeah, he may have they did a lecture and they did all that kind of stuff, cool. But let's real talk. Like, when they want to make something go through, they'll make it go through. When this comes in, they're going to make something go through. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is at the end of the day, like, are we? Let's ask this question: has anything changed over the years? Because obviously we're continuously seeing that they just continuously want to do what they want to do in office. So once again, do we really have a say in this stuff? Is it all just like, oh well, yeah, you got to say in front of the camera? But then behind closed cameras, like we control everything.
It is hard to say whether or not you have a say. I was like, when your voice was to be heard, it was when the initial voting was going on, when you're actually putting these people in to represent you and to represent your interests. Mm-hmm. Now, to your point, if those interests are represented by finances, mm-hmm. and you have to put in financial interest to gain access to have the audience of your representative, and you ain't got the funding, then how will you ever get in the room to have the conversation?
That's true. It's just like a freaking circle. It's like
they're all circles.
It's like a freaking runaround, yo.
Connected circles and overlapping circles and.
But I mean, I don't know.
If you had a choice, would you want to be in the circle? Would you?
Huh?
If you had a choice, would you want to be?
Would you want to be on the inner circle?
In other words, you have a choice: outside the circle or inside the circle.
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough because I would want to say I want to be in the circle, but it's like one of those things where if I find out what I'm not supposed to find out, is there a way out?
That ignorance is bliss.
Right.
That's why I want Keisha in the circle.
Yes. It's easy to be out here and say all the stuff that we're saying.
It's not even about whether you're intelligent or not. It's whether or not you can cope with what you're about to deal with. Because the smartest mugs could go in there and be like, yo, I can't do it. I mean, look at all of our leaders.
And it's also battles versus wars. Like, let's be honest. Like, when these people get elected and you have the weight of the people plus the weight of your party plus the weight of, like, there's all these other people pulling you into a lot of different directions. I think any politician who goes in is idealistic. You go in and you have all these morals. Let's be honest. Let's make it simple. Everybody got jobs. You work for somebody that you like or that you don't like. There are things that happen at your job and you be like, this mother. Right? You're like, and how could you make a decision like that? But you work there, right? So when those companies make those decisions and people are like, don't you work at Google?
Right.
Or don't you work at Facebook? Didn't they just steal everybody's personal information?
Right.
Didn't they just hack into everybody's accounts? You don't feel bad about them?
No.
You're like, I'm not in R&D.
Nah, ain't my problem.
That's not my department. I'm not a developer.
Now, don't get it twisted. I've been a victim of this at times, but it's one of those things where it's like, I'm checking myself. It's like at a point in time, it's like, enough is enough, man. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, when is it ever, like I am 40 and I'm still seeing issues in the world that I was dealing with when I was 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the frustrating part about it. Like, we're at another war again. Like, come on, yo. What are we fighting about now?
Oil. It's still the same conversation. Oh, my bad.
Gas prices is high. Like, really? Now? I'm DoorDashing. Now? Finally, when I decide to do something different.
When gas prices matter.
God,
You've been in the house this whole time.
Yeah, we ain't did nothing. You know what I'm saying? Been upstanding, sitting, chilling. Now I want to go out here and be a rebel on the street. Now y'all want to raise gas prices. Ain't that something? But I'm just saying, it's just like every time I turn around, it's like the same old routine over and over again. Same old routine over and over again.
I mean, now, but at the end of the day, history does repeat itself. So the things that we are talking about are things that, like I said, the critical race theory coming up is something that had been in the works for 40 years. I was like, but it just became relevant, or it just became.
I got a question.
Because it did.
I don't know why. I don't mean to change the subject real quick before we go.
But you finna do it.
No, I just something hit me. Has there been a war? Has there been a president in office there's not been a war since he's been in office?
No.
There wasn't a war in Donald Trump?
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
there was a war.
I can tell you the last. I know what you're asking. I know what you're asking.
With Obama.
I'm just wondering, has there ever been a war?
Obama had that.
Has there ever been a presidency where there was no war?
No war.
Well, keep in mind, the U.S. is always in everybody else's business. So, I mean, the wars aren't ever on home soil for the most part.
No, but
it's us going to other people
right.
in defense of or in partnership with, because at the end of the day, the U.S. owe everybody.
It's just, I don't know. It's wild to me. Are you looking it up too? Because I was going to look it up as well.
Like, I did. Who was the last president?
Who didn't start a war?
Who did not start a war? That is there. So let's go see who that is. It is.
Did not start a war.
Yeah, it looks like we get pictures. Let's see here. Technically speaking, a war occurs upon liquidation. That's somebody who's smart. We don't want that one.
What's that say? Right there. Move.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt was the last one to start a congressional declared war.
Okay.
Okay. More broadly, if you could say, Trump is the answer to your question if you count wars that are not congressionally declared.
Did I not just say that?
Yeah, Trump's the only one.
The only one
since Roosevelt.
Since Roosevelt.
Yeah.
That we've not had no problems with no other country.
I mean,
soon as he come out of
that includes Jimmy Carter.
Problem.
No. There's a difference.
Also, I think it's interesting that Trump left and then the wars with Russia.
You know what I'm saying? No.
He's part of that, man. Come on.
I'm not saying this to be on his side. I'm just saying, like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like but that was real interesting. I was just guessing. I'm surprised it was really him. But what I'm saying,
he wasn't going to spend money on that. He was spending money other places.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he definitely
sliding money in different places.
Regardless of what you liked about him, he changed the circles. Like you guys say, it repeats itself in a circle.
But then all of a sudden he goes out of office and we're right in a freaking
circle just goes right back.
Just like that.
But understand, we're right back in a war because every time a president goes out and a new one comes in, they want to snap everything back to when their party was in power.
Not when Trump was in?
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. When Trump came in office,
because Trump didn't come in, although he was Republican, he didn't really come in as a Republican. He came in as Trump. So there wasn't anything for him to snap back to. He just said, I'm going to do all the shit that I want to do that I think will make this better. Also, he did revert a lot of the things that Obama put into place. So keep that in mind. So he did keep the presidential traditions of everything y'all did was wrong. I'm gonna take. I mean, and everyone comes in, they throw out the whole cabinet. You know, I bring in now. Trump definitely cleaned house and brought his own people in. I mean, Omarosa made it in, and she's super bitter now.
Stand that woman.
She's not very nice lady.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a great lady, maybe.
History
I don't know
repeats itself.
her. It's just what TV shows.
At least not what media has shown or how she's shown herself.
She's probably a great person in real life, but on TV.
Maybe she needs a new media relations.
She needs a PR person. She needs a better PR person. Can't nobody tell her nothing.
I mean, you know that.
Well,
No, I've seen it.
Clean looks.
That's not a job for clean looks.
You can't help her. That's it.
They get you from the shoot to the show. She's not show ready.
I mean, she needs to be show ready.
At least you can say she needs to be shot.
That was a useless. That was an awesome plug.
That was, yeah, he came with that one.
Yeah.
That was very impressive. I like that.
But so this has been Keisha with the business. Be enriched, be encouraged, be educated.
All right, Keisha, we appreciate you with the business this week. All right, listen, we're going to go to commercial when we come back, man. Listen, I got a little hot topic to talk to y'all about. I'm going to go a little interesting for you. I'm going to try a little something different this week. All right. We're going to be talking about some of these reckless drivers.
Don't tell them what it is. They're supposed to stay tuned.
I will. They will. But we're going to get into it when we get back. Look, stay tuned, y'all. B-Squad 105. Bfam 109.6. B-Squad is in the building. How about that?
I gotta stay. Lessons in the lions, then you learn to live for lions. Rely on alliances, and I got friends to fight on the final end. I do kin defiances, the sciences to be alive.
All right, and we are back. What They Don't Tell You podcast, Bfam 109.6. I guess y'all wondering, why are you by yourself? Well, listen, okay. Keisha had to go handle some business. I'm not going to talk about it, but Keisha had to go handle some business real quick.
You fired her?
No, heck no. Didn't do all that. You know what I'm saying? But listen. We got a hot topic for you today. All right, I'm just gonna talk and chop it with y'all real quick for a little bit, for a little second. All right. Yeah, man, I had this thing on my mind, man. I've been got a little road rage lately. Road rage.
How bad does it get though?
It's to the point where I almost cussed in front of my son.
Oh.
On road rage because it was just made me mad because it's like ridiculous how people get on this road, like. And don't care about your safety whatsoever, just to get in an extra lane or because they just want to get over or, you know what I'm saying, or just not paying attention. And I'm not saying I'm the best driver. Sometimes I've been at fault on a couple things, not so much actually knock on wood, you know what I mean, like that. But it's just the fact, like, some of the stuff I've seen has been ridiculous. So my hot topic, I was just chopping it with y'all, is just like Sunday drivers every day. Sunday drivers every day, because that's what they are. Sunday drivers every day, right? Let's talk about it. Old people. Come on, y'all.
I'll tell you the secret.
Talk about it.
Buy a bigger vehicle.
The older people?
No, just buy a bigger vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing matters. They don't get in your way.
Yeah, but then I'm going to have a high insurance bill because I'm just going to be hitting people.
I mean, they go on.
Just going to be tapping them. Like, I'm not trying to hit them hard, but just tap them. Like, boom. See, that's what you get, being in the way.
They go on. You're right, though.
You know what I'm saying? But, all right, but little old people. Okay.
We had a topic on our show. Do you think there should be an age limit for your driver's license? And
I think
old.
So.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you what you should do is that when they get too old, then they get a Uber or Lyft card off their social security check.
I think they should get a MARTA or, like you say, a discount on Uber.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or
not even discount.
A MARTA.
If you are AARP card owner, you get
You're going a little over
now.
Amount of money. You're going a little past now.
You know what I'm saying? You get a little payment on your card every month to use to do Uber and Lyft. So you get Uber Lyft ride. Once you go over that limit, you gotta add a little percentage for yourself to do it. I think that'd be great. Because if one more of you cats is on the road, right? 2 lanes, huh? 2 lanes. Everybody know what the slow lane is, right? Right. Let's see. Raise your hand. Everybody know what the slow lane is, right? Right? Yes. Right. But you in the left, 10 miles under the goddamn speed limit.
With your right blinker on.
Whoa. And then got the nerve to look at you like you going to, like you driving.
Oh yeah, when you drive by, look at you.
Yeah. I'm just saying. And this is the one that kills me. This is the one that kills me. On the highway. They on the highway, we got the car that just was like 20 years. It should have been thrown away 20 years ago. But somehow it's made its dead end now. and you bringing it on a highway that goes 70 miles an hour
in the fast lane.
In the fast lane. You going 52.
And you know what they tell you? Speed limit's 55, man. We're going 15 over.
Right. Just saying, man. Just things we gotta talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Did you know this yet? So I'm over 50. You're not 50 yet. Do you know, like
No,
with most insurance plans, they have a thing where if you don't get in an accident, stuff like that, they give you rewards.
Yeah, give you money.
Guess what? That shit ends at 50.
So then after that, you on your
you're
own.
not allowed. I get no more benefits, bro. I got my last check at 49.
Wow.
I wasn't aware of this, but you don't get bonuses over 50. You know why?
So that's what I'm saying.
If the insurance place isn't going to give you a bonus for driving safely, don't you think you shouldn't be driving? I'm not saying 50 is a number.
No, but I'm just saying at a certain point.
Right now it's based on an eye test, which you can wear glasses at.
That's true.
How many times you see my glasses?
That's true.
Gotta be a better test.
Okay, I give you that.
Maybe a reaction
test. You know what? Now there we're talking a better test. I think at a certain age you got to go back and get your test, and you got to.
You do.
No. But this is the thing. It's got to be like elimination or like a.
No, it's an eye test.
No, that's like Squid Game type shit or something. Like, like
Squid Game.
You know what I mean? We got
you don't get your license, you dead.
Right. We got to literally make this up the ante a little bit because it's getting out of hand, yo. Like,
I think it's a reaction test. Really, honestly.
It gotta be like.
Can you turn your head this way?
Well, it gotta be dodgeball.
Seconds?
It's gotta be dodgeball with the
with
the
dodgeball.
wrenches. No, it's gotta be with the wrenches. Remember, if you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball. I think that should be it. Should be on that level.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Right.
Classic.
I'm just saying, if we're gonna do that kind of thing on this reaction time,
I mean, you're gonna kill.
It should be like. It should be like somebody with a pillow. We're not gonna do punching bag.
You know what the hottest job's gonna be? Work for DOT. In the senior division.
What?
Boy, you're gonna have some people in there just angry. Hey, babe, what you doing today?
I'll be on pillow position. I'll be on pillows. Like, we ready? Wake up, grandma! Poof! Just coming all the way full speed. It's reaction time. Like,
I do think there needs to be a reaction time test for people over a certain age.
I'm just saying. Okay. Here's another one. Drunk drivers. Okay, I know this is normal, but I'm not talking about your average drunk driver. I'm talking about that one who, how do I put this?
Repeat offender?
Well, no, the one who in the middle of driving decides all of a sudden that I don't want to stop the car. I'm just going to go ahead and let the car just do its thing.
Well, that's why they self-driving cars.
Like the ones, like, you know, the ones that swerve in the lanes like this, and they got everybody behind them like they're the cops who are cutting off the traffic. And you just sitting there like, what is this dude doing? And then all of a sudden it just ends with them just going boost. And all they got is a bust radiator. You be like, man, you did all that for a busted radiator? Take your drunk behind home. That's all I'm saying.
Stiffer accident penalties for drunk drivers.
I don't say drunk drivers. I say the ones who just didn't get the message when they got in the car that you were a little way too past the limit. You know, there's some that can handle their driving. So I don't want to, you know, do that to everybody. Because there are responsible drinkers out there. Me being one. Responsible drinker.
Do you think that it should be more like godly that you need, like if you're driving drunk, I don't think you should get a penalty. You should never get home safe. Something should happen. You don't have to die.
No, right.
I mean, you don't have to die.
Like,
if you're driving drunk,
right.
and I mean driving
like all of a sudden
drunk,
your tires
not
just
tipsy,
go flat.
Not tipsy.
Or something like you're
something
in the
has
parking lot.
to happen to shake you.
Yeah. Okay, you saying something to shake them.
At least shake them. And I mean, if you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna get hurt. You're driving drunk.
Right.
Just you, not nobody else.
You can't say that because then it wouldn't, for God. If God did that, then for black folk, it would not be just getting hit. It would probably be just getting whoop, whoop, whoop. Then we're just literally, that's our man. Okay, all right.
I mean, if you're driving drunk, you should be going.
Stop
drinking. Just stop driving drunk.
It ain't got to worry about an accident. All we got to hear is whoop, whoop. All right, I put it down. Dang, I can't drink no more.
What about those people that are drunk that can get sober in 2 fucking seconds from the cops? I hate them. And I mean sober to the point where they can talk to the cops, not even giving them breakfast.
Yeah, they're good at that. They're good at that.
That's not fair.
All right,
you shouldn't have that talent. It's a terrible talent.
True.
Do you have any friends?
I gotta ask you a question. What's the worst driving situation you've ever seen in your life? Not it doesn't have to be a car accident, but I'm just saying like a little thing where you was like, yo, I'll never forget this day.
Oh, absolutely. Is when I figured out those U-Haul things that say the back trailer, it says do not do over 45 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this guy is cooking down the highway on 285, and the trailer is empty, and he's in a truck. There's no weight right there. And I saw the ball come out.
Right.
And I saw that trailer from the fast lane
Yeah.
go all the way. It was right at the 400 exit where Riverside is.
Yeah.
Right? 402 lanes. Went across all 6 lanes and the ramp and didn't hit nothing. The whole
Are you serious?
The whole trailer.
That's like a movie.
Yeah.
That's tight.
I seen the whole shit. The whole thing happened.
What? You didn't record it?
No, I was driving, man.
Should have recorded it, man.
I should have. I got it up here. I got it up here.
Well, that's important.
It was on the news.
You can sketch it though.
What about you? What was the worst thing you've ever seen?
The worst thing, I'll say, this is one of them because I'm sure if I really thought about it, I have another one. But this is the one that just stands out mostly. Is I was on 75, right? Headed to work, and I'm 2 exits down. So I get past the first exit. Traffic is kind of tight. So I'm like, all right, I got to get over now because, it's starting to bump up because I'm thinking 285 is probably backed up. So everybody's over here just BS and trying to get there, right? So as I'm getting over, I can't see in front of me or on the side because, tractor trailers there. So I can't really see nothing. But everything's kind of slowing up. And I'm just like, let me get on this lane because this lane, nobody's on because it's the lane that gets me to my next exit. So a lot of us are moving over. No problem. Just ride. I kid you not. It was like I rolled past a stunt scene going on as we speak. Car full flames, just on fire. Cops, nobody there yet. We ride past that thing, and like I'm talking about, we in traffic jam now, so we riding past it. I felt the heat on that thing. I'm like, yo, this thing could blow up right next to us, right there, at any time. Freaked the crap out of me, boy. It was just like you just ride past and just see a whole flame just right there. I was like, what the?
Nope.
I said, man, let me get to work.
Yeah.
Let me
get back over my fast lane.
Yeah, it's time to go to work.
I know why anybody.
I ain't never wanted to work so hard in my life.
Not facts.
I never wanted to get to work so fast in my life.
Who'd you call
I was
first,
early that day, actually.
Who'd you call and tell first?
I told everybody at work first.
I
couldn't wait to get here. I was like, boy, y'all know almost burnt alive? You tell the story, you got over exaggerate. Boy, I almost burnt up. Boy.
Touch my hand.
Yeah, boy. I walked through a car with burning up fire, boy. Just got here. Ain't nothing on me. You see me? Nothing hit me. Hit me. That's how I would have been. You know what I'm saying? But
Keisha's gonna be here in about 5 minutes now.
You
Maybe
think
10
so?
minutes. You want to do something sports?
Tom
Brady's coming back.
Brady's coming back.
You didn't hear he unretired?
Tom Brady's coming back?
He unretired last week.
He need to make up his mind.
No, he did.
No, because that's right. They got what's his name coming? Antonio.
So you don't know?
Julio Jones. They got Julio Jones.
Do you know they are talking to Julio Jones? Do you know where that Aaron Rodgers signed a contract?
Actually,
okay. Do you know that Russell Wilson's gone? Obviously, you know that. Do you know that?
I know we got rid of.
I gotta ask you a question.
Lawrence, we got rid of D.
I mean, you got a lot more. You got rid of a lot more than that. That guy that did.
Yeah, we did.
That guy that signed with you guys and then quit before he.
Because
we got him. We're the Raiders.
Defensive guy.
You gave him to us.
Yeah, that guy.
93. Committed to you guys.
Yeah, Gregory, wasn't it?
Yeah, Gregory.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Gregory. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear that Devontae Adams left the Green Bay Packers?
Yes. Where did he go to?
He went to my team, to the Raiders.
Ooh, that's gonna be a problem.
Listen to that division now, okay? Just listen to the division, okay? Denver has the new guy.
Yeah.
Help me. Russell Wilson and Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Kansas City's got everybody.
That's true.
San Diego's got everybody.
That's true too.
Now the Raiders have Carr.
And don't forget the Chargers.
And I mean, that's what I'm saying. The
Chargers. Them Chargers gonna be a problem.
They got everybody.
They're gonna be a problem.
Anyway, we gotta stop talking sports.
All right, cool. Yeah. Anyway.
We just took advantage of it.
We was actually about the
Why don't we ask her about that?
What?
About drunk driving. Do you think drunk drivers? Do you have a friend that makes a home drunk all the time and never gets anything happen to them, and it just doesn't seem fair?
In theory, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I know. I got one perfectly in my family.
And the other thing was, when you're driving, what's the worst thing you've ever physically seen happen right in front of you? Okay.
Yeah.
Around me?
Yeah.
I hit a deer, so that was probably like the worst thing ever. Yeah.
How was that?
It was crazy. I was in a neighborhood. So I took a shortcut to go to work, and a deer literally just jumped off the side of the road, landed in front of my car. I hit it. It laid down, got up, shook itself off, and then
shut up.
Took off running.
Tough, man. You don't break that leg.
He looked at you like, you all right?
He was like,
You
he's like, no, I'm good.
Cool.
He's like, I'm good.
I'm out.
Small car?
Did a shimmy. Huh?
A small car?
No, I've never had a small car.
Oh.
It was definitely a sedan. I think that was when I had my Mazda 6.
Okay.
Mazda 626 at that.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've hit something, but I mean, it wasn't like not like that. I hit a tree.
You?
Yeah, I hit a tree.
Ask him. I gotta know.
I mean, it wasn't big or anything. It was a tree.
I mean,
was
it
it a tree?
Serious. I just ran
Was
into
it
a
like
tree.
a twig, a tree?
Why?
No, it was a real tree, like
A
a big
real,
tall
legit
tree.
Tell us
tree.
the story about why you just didn't run into it.
How?
Okay. All right, look. Listen.
How you hit a tree?
I was coming home from work.
Okay.
Right. It was
Right.
like 5 in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning.
So was it still dark out? Or?
It was dark,
Okay.
and I had a little.
Tree came out of nowhere.
Now, first of all, let me explain the car I had, and then y'all be like, "Oh, well, yeah."
Oh, man.
So I told you
I
the
was
story?
so in there.
Wait, so I told you the story?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, wait till you hear the story. Okay, so I had a little Hyundai Sonata.
Okay.
Come home from
You
work.
hit
I
a
was
tree with a
working.
Honda Sonata?
I was
Okay.
coming home from work. I was in a Hyundai Sonata. I had a night job, and I woke up or I got to. I can't get this out.
I think we're getting it now.
to my close to my development.
Okay.
And in my area, anybody knows where I was living. Like, there's really no street lights, so it's dark. It's this path right before you hit a house because it's one of those back areas where it's like it was a creek there with all the trees in it, so it's like a forest, a small bridge.
There's a lot of background to this.
Yeah, you got to, because you gotta know where the tree came from. You can't.
Like I said, it came out of nowhere. You need to know where the tree came from.
So the tree. So I'm driving.
Talking to all his tree
It's
buddies
dark,
on the side
right?
of the road.
Up at the top where the bearing is, there's a light,
Okay.
right? But I'm coming down, getting ready to hit the bridge. I'm just driving. My lights are on, but I don't have the high beams on. I got the lows on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just driving. All of a sudden, I know it was a little breezy that day. You know what I'm saying? Got a little storm. So there's leaves everywhere. So I'm like, oh, there's leaves over here, whatever. All of a sudden, it was just a wall of a tree in the middle of the goddamn road. Slam! Car totaled. There was a tree literally laying in the whole.
Okay, this is a dead tree. The
Straight
tree
dead
has
tree.
fallen down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel better.
So
So it
technically, I
wasn't
ran
talking
into
to
a
his
tree.
tree buddies and started crossing the
The
street.
tree came out of nowhere.
The tree tried to cross the road. Which side?
Okay, you got it.
Because he was like,
Man,
you know,
you
there's a
guys
bunch
Yeah,
of on
you
this
guys
side
are
and then this. Okay, so it's like the tree had
So
fallen.
the tree had fallen.
You didn't see it.
Didn't see it. And I know how you know how when you hit something and you like this, I'm like, I gotta take this back. If somebody asked me like, I don't want to look like I literally missed the whole
You
tree.
didn't want to have.
I was like, I know that tree was not there.
That's why there was
I was
all the
sitting there trying to think.
detail.
Only one thing that got me thinking I was good was 2 cars passed and I had to stop them because they was about to do the same thing I was doing.
Dang.
Like literally I had to get in the road
What'd
like
it feel
stop, and they were like, shh.
What'd it feel like?
And I was like, yo.
Running over the tree? Did you go over the
I know,
tree?
No,
or
it
you
was like
just-
It was
okay.
Sonata.
So Sonata's small, low. It's low. So this tree,
You like
and the
used
funny
to
thing
be-
I
was,
just heard Hyundai.
Let me
I
tell you how
didn't get
blessed I
past
was.
Hyundai.
the tree, it's like you got the long stem
Do you
of
the
the tree.
trunk or a branch?
No,
You hit
so
the
it wasn't
trunk.
that was already tipped over. This was the whole top of the tree. So this was like branches, everything. So it literally was like a wall. Just
So
none
you
but
were in the
branches.
top of the tree, like.
Yes. So it's like I ran into that tree. And it totaled my car. And it's just the
So
bottom
that's-
got totaled because that was where the
It
actual
tore up under.
stem. Yeah.
all the-
But think
The
about it.
undercarriage.
If any of that tree from the back came, I might not be here because if one of those
Nice.
strong stems would have came through that.
Oh
Through
yeah,
the
but went through the
window.
windshield. Yeah.
But
That's
the
what's
first thing
that
I
final
said is-
destination? It would have been one of those.
Well, I ain't gonna tell you the first thing I said.
Ooh, ooh,
When I
whoa,
hit the tree, the first thing I said. Shit. Fucking tree?
fucking tree. You blamed it on a tree?
I did.
All right.
It was the moment because I was ready to go home. I was
Tree
right.
came
I'm
out of
literally-
nowhere,
Yo, I'm telling you,
yeah.
I'm literally house. It was right there. Literally
You were
house.
just almost
Right around the
home,
corner.
Yeah.
So you got to walk home and go to bed then.
There's nothing worse than like having an
Yeah,
accident.
check
Now you
once.
gotta
No, I mean,
wait.
it's not gonna get me now.
You gotta wait
Yeah.
for the authorities to show up, so you
Yeah.
had the proof and all of that kind of stuff. Being in those kind of car
I
accidents.
wonder what they
man.
thought when he saw the Sonata inside a tree. That's basically probably what it looks like. He drove into the top of the tree that was on the road.
Just branches
The
and-
cop
He
was
didn't
like,
drive
"Dang."
out. Did you get all the way out, or were you in?
Yeah, I got out.
You were
I mean,
able to
like when
reverse
you,
and,
like when you drove in, did you come out or did you just?
No, it was right there. It's just
Stop.
it was like a
So
little.
when you got out, you were
know
in
how
the tree.
You know the planes the Air Force planes when they on the boat.
Oh, the boat just.
That's
That's
all.
shooting.
My
Catches
little car can't even take a tree. I thought I was gonna bust through that mother.
What was your first thought when you stepped out of the car?
Like I was like,
You're in the branches, right?
Well, first of all, my first thought was look at my new car because I just literally got the new car.
Oh.
I ain't had it for like what, maybe a couple, not even 2 months.
Damn.
2 months, less than a mile from his house.
Oh, what? Kept it
Don't
clean.
get it
I was
wrong.
looking good, but that's all right. It was meant
It's meant to be.
We could even explain that.
But yeah.
Hyundai's not built like they used to.
No, not at all. Not at all. Well, listen, that's our show for today, man.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
Well, we did a great job. That was a fantastic hot topic. Glad I was able to work through it with y'all.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no more to tell you. That's all. No, I'm joking. No. But that's our hot topic for today, guys. We want to thank you for joining us for the hot topic. We want to also thank you for joining us for another great show today.
Extended version.
Yes.
After dark.
Yeah, this is extended version, y'all.
B Squad backstage.
A lot of people don't know some storms going on down here. So
Yeah, it's
been a lot
been
crazy
raining.
today. So.
And I was like,
That's
listen,
how we
I
do
will tell y'all, like in Atlanta, when it rains, when there's any kind of precipitation, you are automatically in danger. So just, take your time, pay attention to everyone around you, be a defensive driver at all times when you out here in these streets. That's also when you walk in.
Please try to look forward, though. And remember, you have mayors.
Yeah. He said mirrors, not mayors.
Mayors.
Mayors. Mayors.
You know what I hate on the highway? You're driving down the highway, you see this.
Oh,
yeah. I see I need room.
Yeah.
Who's looking forward?
What are you looking at?
You know they're looking to see if they can get over. I watch it all the time, and I'm like,
I don't know. I was like, the people on their phone is way worse than the people who are still just trying to change lanes.
Yeah.
It's nothing like me going by while you are on your phone.
Well, listen, we go all night with this. But this has been What They Don't Tell You podcast on Bfam 109.6.
Oh, and thank our sponsors.
Yes, thank you. Oh my God, yes. Thank our sponsors.
there you go again.
Sunny and Bobby Productions, Clean Looks, Renaissance Acting
Raw.
and yeah, you know it. And Perfect Nobody. We want to appreciate you guys as our sponsors. And once again, if you are looking to be a sponsor on our show, you can always hit us up on WTDTY Global at gmail.com. You can hit us up on B Squad Backstage on Instagram. You can hit us up on Facebook on What They Don't Tell You podcast. And you can find us on YouTube on What They Don't Tell You podcast, or just go to What They Don't Tell You Global on YouTube.com. All right. So that's it. Anything else we gotta say?
Man, Gertrude's hungry.
Do you guys still do that sponsorship? No.
Oh, not the sponsorship,
service,
but before we go, we want to make sure we let you know about our community service learning opportunity coming up in June, particularly for all of my businesses who may be interested in donating. So take it away.
Also, not just donating. If you want to be a servant for the day, and I don't care if you like the word or not, these are homeless people. You are going to wait on them all from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
It's really broad.
I mean, I don't care about it. I like to serve people that don't. You need to bring normalcy to these people, okay? You're going to be asked to wait in line and get them food plates and get them this, get them that. If you're that person and you want to give back, we need you on June 18th from 11 to 2. We'll have flyers next week. If you're looking to donate, the number is 678-383-4378.
There it is. Well, there you have it. There you have it. Well, once again, this has been What They Don't Tell You podcast show on Bfam 109.6. We are your host, DJ Mifflin.
Keisha Williams.
And we are the B Squad. Until Friday, 8:30. Every Friday at 8:30.
Until the next one.
Yes. We'll see you then. All right. B Squad is in the building. Holla.
The industry not to compromise.
What They Don't Tell You podcast.
How do I do this